Okay, guys, now that I've given you a detailed overview about the all new Safari, time to reclaim my life and see how good, how well Tata have resurrected the legend back to life. Now, oh, the buzzer. Powering the car is the same 2-liter turbocharged Cryotech diesel engine that puts out 170 PS of max power and 350 Newton meters of max torque. So let's just go ahead and crank her up. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I love the 7-inch digital speedo, part digital, part analog speedo console. It has my favorite power and torque curve display. It also gets an electronic parking brake, kind of a first for the Safari. And you can see the beast is roaring, and you have an 8.8-inch floating infotainment system, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and yeah, JBL sound system. Totally immersive sounding experience, undoubtedly the best in this segment, with 4 speakers, 4 tweeters, and a subwoofer as well. So you also have driving modes. Now,
Sport drive mode activated.
this is sport mode,
Economy drive mode activated.
and press the eco mode.
City drive mode activated.
So as of now, let's start with the city drive mode. You get a 6-speed automatic torque converter gearbox. So slot it into drive mode, release the parking brake, and this massive machine, off we go. So this is the new Tata Safari, here to reclaim your life, or here to maybe reclaim its throne, resurrected back to life from its glorious ashes. Now there's no denying that the front end is almost identical to that of the Harrier, but the power and poise and the imposing stance that the Safari has always been known for is clearly evident in this Impact 2.0 design philosophy. The car is built based on the Omega Arc architecture, derived from the world-renowned D8 platform used for the Land Rover series. And for those who aren't aware, Omega Arc stands for Optimal Modular Efficient Global Advanced Architecture. The Safari comes with 6 and 7-seater options, and powering the SUV is the Cryotech 2-liter turbocharged diesel engine with variable geometry turbocharger that puts out a max power of 170 PS and a max torque of 350 Newton meters. We get 2 transmission options, a 6-speed manual and a 6-speed automatic torque converter gearbox. Talking about the design, up front we have the signature grille with the signature tri-arrow chrome motif encased by the Humanity line. Then we get the Xenon HID projector headlamps along with dual function LED DRLs with turn indicators. We also get neatly embedded fog lamps that have cornering function and a dual tone front bumper. Now moving to the profile, we have the flared wheel arches and protective side cladding. Further enhancing the muscle feel are the massive 18-inch machined alloy wheels. We also have a powerful character line running across the bodywork, which really adds on to the powerful persona of this SUV. The iconic stepped roof held between the roof rails have been reimagined, reminding us of the original Safari. At the back, the signature twin light LED tail lamps look sharp and awesome. We also get a shark fin antenna along with a panoramic sunroof. Now talking about the interiors, we get the signature oyster white interior color scheme blending perfectly well with the signature ashwood dashboard. We also get the premium perforated leather seat upholstery that looks beautiful but does have a tendency to get smudgy with use. Now black leather seats or any other dark color shade would have been better in my opinion. We then get a soft touch dash with anti-reflective Napa grain top layer, and the steering wheel is leather wrapped to offer a super premium feel. We get a 7-inch full color TFT console for the MID that lists out all the relevant info including the range and average. We then have the massive 8.8-inch floating touchscreen infotainment system that supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The music system gets JBL speakers, 9 of them in all, including a subwoofer, so the sound is truly immersive. In terms of storage, we get a cool glove box, bottle holders on door pockets, cup holders, and some other storage spaces well laid out all around. Second row seating is again well spaced out with abundance of leg room and headroom. The second row seats also get reclining option. Now, the third row seating is undoubtedly best in class with good enough room for adults to feel comfortable for city commutes. But more than that, we get dedicated AC vents with controls, we get charging sockets, cup holders, and dedicated headrests even for third row passengers, which is like establishing a new benchmark for third row seating. Then, looking at the boot space, we get 447 liters with the third row folded and a massive 910 liters with the third and the second row folded. In terms of safety, we get 6 airbags all around, ABS with EBD, electronic stability program, traction control, hill hold control, cornering stability control, hill descent control, rollover mitigation, and we also get disc brakes all around, which is really awesome. Now, talking about the price, the official price has not yet been announced, but I get a feeling that it will be priced super competitively and the price will be updated in the description portion below. So, now that I've given you guys a quick overview of the car, let's go ahead and check out my drive reaction.
So I love the steering wheel, tilt and telescopic steering wheel, adjustable as per your personal preference, and it's pretty refined. How do we get out? I think this is the way. The cabin insulation feels well done so far. Very feeble kind of engine noise creeping into the cabin, but apart from that, it's pretty clean. Love the feel of the car. Safari, you always used to sit tall and commanding seating posture like a king of the road. This one is the same. You get a 6-way power adjustable seat. The suspension, you get independent suspension up front, semi-independent suspension at the back, and 18-inch wheels, mind you. Undoubtedly great confidence, great stability, and it can trample over anything and everything that comes in its way. Built based on the Omega Arc architecture, the D8 platform, the world-renowned platform, kind of a benchmark for SUVs, monocoque chassis. It's absolutely rock solid. The gear changes are happening effortlessly. Oh, beautiful. You don't really need to slow down for the speed breakers when you're driving an SUV, especially when you're driving the Safari. Built like a tank. Top-notch build quality. I love the interior, the way the dash is laid out. It's very premium, upmarket, and the build quality really comes shining through each and every element on this car. And then of course you have the electronic parking brake for the first time. Parking brake applied. Everything is so simple, so beautifully laid out. You have the terrain response system, traction control, hill descent control, ESP, 6 airbags all around. I mean, they have nailed it. They've given it everything and anything that they could think of and packed it to capacity in terms of features. The third row seating and the space is well thought out and well laid out as well. So overall, I feel we have kind of a new benchmark in this price segment. Supreme value for money, and I can't really wait to unleash the Cryotech engine. 170 PS of max power. The torque is 350 Newton meters. Let's see how well it pulls. Floor the pedal and let's see whether the monster comes alive. Yes, it does. Whoa, suddenly the monster wakes up. Feels very rock solid and planted. There's no rush of power that you can feel. It's all very linear and composed and evenly spread through the rev band. But as I keep telling you again and again, the kind of planted feel The composure of the car is very reassuring, and the NVH levels are very well managed this time around. Usually the Tata diesels are a little loud, but this one is perfectly poised and well insulated, you can say. Just floor the pedal and the car kind of literally bludgeons through the road, flies absolutely, and you don't feel the speed. Before you can blink, you're almost doing triple digit speeds. That's how it is. So far so good. I love the feel of the steering. It is nice and chunky, gives you the feel that you're driving a big car. Also the material, it's all soft touch. Here it could have been better, but this satin finish of the dash is something that I really love. It looks super premium, and everything is very clear, easily laid out and easy for drivers reach. And we've been driving in the city mode. Time to
Sport drive mode activated.
yeah, time to unleash the beast. I'm in a different city. It's not my regular playground or test facility. Oh, immediately the beast comes alive. Sport mode, you beauty. These guys, I don't know what they do with the sport mode. It just comes alive each time you put a Tata car into the sport mode. It's absolutely fantastic. Whoa, whoa, it's like a relentless force. It's just like a relentless force. Let's get in here. This is another straight. So well managed. I mean, sport mode puts a smile on your face almost instantly. Maintain lane discipline. Let me go, please. Okay, the cab guys are just racing like NASCAR. But here we have a tank. We have a tank propelled by rocket propellers in the sport mode. Little do these guys know, just flies, man. You floor the pedal and it flies. It comes alive, and such a joyous experience. I mean, priceless. Such a huge vehicle. It just literally takes off. Oh, my joy knows no bound. This is so rock solid, my god. Doesn't even budge an inch even while doing triple digit speeds. That's what I say. This is a tank. This is a freaking tank, propelled by rocket thrusters in the sport mode. Okay, we have to turn around here. These two straights. Oh, can you feel the dragon roar? The power and the torque curve just flies. So cool and so intense at the same time. I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. More than sufficient. Sport mode is where the action is, baby. This is ultra cool stuff from Tata. I loved the Harrier when I drove it. You guys can see that review. Looking forward to the Altroz iTurbo. I was wishing I could get my hands on it here, but there is no car here. But this is enough. More than sufficient. So good, man. So satisfying. And the seats are super comfortable, wrapped in leather, and good back support, good under thigh support. just doesn't get better. I mean, it keeps getting better and better. The more you drive it, the more you fall in love with it. Such a joy to drive Tata vehicles. I mean, the Safari was, is and will always be a legend, and they've just transformed it into something much more beautiful, much more lethal than before. Beautiful and lethal. And maneuverability at slower speeds is also very easy, because the steering is light. It's not too light and easy to manage such a heavy vehicle effortlessly at lower speeds. And high speeds it weighs up adequately, so it's all coming together. Like, is there anything that I can complain of? Maybe four-wheel drive, yeah. Maybe, yeah, all the enthusiasts, true Safari enthusiasts, would be wanting to have a four-wheel drive variant. So that's the case with me as well. So really hope Tata release the four-wheel drive variant soon. And let's check the turning radius. We'll be able to make the turn. Oh, impressive. This is quite a narrow turn here. So turning at one go, so turning radius is good enough as well. Suspension is amazing. The brakes are brilliant. The comfort is top notch. The build quality is absolutely rock solid. So what else can you ask for? Okay guys, so I've driven the automatic, super impressive. That is the car of my choice if I were to pick one. But for formality sakes, I'm also wanting to check the manual. And off we go. Whoa. So this feels pretty more peppy and throatier as well. Okay, the car, oh, is just leaping ahead, and it revs and roars like a beast. Oh, it is not a long throw gearbox, it is kind of a short throw gearbox, so the gear shifts are easy to make. Everything else remains the same, only the gearbox. And the convenience of automatic, I feel, is worth every penny or every rupee here. But this one really comes alive. Yes, the manual is also equally intriguing and interesting to drive. So that's the only thing that I wanted to check, whether the gear shifts are smooth. The clutch feel is light, and the clutch travel is slightly far, but you don't feel the fatigue all that much because the clutch action is light. So yeah, I personally prefer the automatic on any given day. It is far more easy to operate and really adds on to the convenience, sheer driving pleasure, and also the convenience factor. So the manual is not bad, the gearbox is nice and smooth, and it's a short throw gearbox. The clutch action is not too heavy. It is the clutch travel is slightly far, but apart from that, the steering sensitivity, suspension, everything else remains the same. So if I were to pick one, definitely I'd go for the automatic. It is worth every rupee without a shadow of a doubt. So that's my verdict about the all new Safari. They have definitely resurrected it the way it deserved, the legend deserved. So whoa, look at it, just rev. So this concludes my review of the all new Tata Safari. If you enjoyed watching it, the POV drive review, if you want to see more, there are nearly 200 plus car reviews on my channel. You can check my car reviews playlist, and stay tuned for more action right here at Dinos World. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, take care, God bless, and drive safe.